Okey doke.
We'll call the meeting to order, special meeting for opening bids for the chip seal on the Teton River Road. We'll start with, Mel, do you want to start with?
Introductions?
Yeah.
Sure. So Melody Martinson, Shoto Acantha.
Oh, Paula Giaconetti, clerk and recorder. And then you, yep.
Jamie Rammel.
Shannon Rammel.
Clifton Greeley.
Sam Carlson, Commissioner.
Dick Snellman, Commissioner.
Kathy Thompson, Staley Engineering.
Alan Gagne, Teton County Road.
And thanks for coming.
Just may I ask one question? What was your last name? What was your name?
Greeley. G-R-I.
What was your first name?
Clifton.
Greeley? Okay.
Yep.
Gee, right.
Thank you.
And to date, we have not received any bids on the chip seal. Kathy, if you want to give us an update.
Yeah, so I did reach out to a few companies and left messages. We'll rebid the project and try and make some more connections and that's what I'm looking for. Just promote that project a little bit more and see if we can get some bids.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
the sooner we can do it, the better,
Yeah.
just so it maybe fits into other road projects.
So schedule-wise, I mean, if we get it,
They're bidding,
Melody, when do I need to have it to the paper?
You can get it into us by Friday would be awesome, but Monday at noon would be doable still. We go to press at 8 p.m. Monday night, so
Okay. And then it publishes on Wednesdays,
publishes
right?
on Wednesday.
So I can get it advertised right away again next week.
so the bid opening on Shoto North is the 18th of May. Whoever gets that bid
Right.
is a possibility.
So do we want to push this bid opening till after that bid opening?
I don't know. What do you think? You've done more of this than I have.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea.
Okay.
We don't want to get too far strung out before they get filled up with projects. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Push it
Kind of
back
at that
for-
point already.
Yeah, right. It's getting there.
Let's not wait.
Okay.
So if we advertise on the 3rd and the 10th, so that week of the 5th, so it'd be the same week,
Yes.
still on Thursday,
That would be
so May 18th.
so our next meeting's on the 4th. And the 18th would be the next meeting.
Okay, and that'll
Same
work.
day.
So that would work for.
Yep.
Did you get that, Mel?
Advertising on the 3rd and the 10th, with bid opening on May 18th at the regular commissioners meeting.
Correct.
When did you say the bid opening was for Shoto North?
18th.
The same day.
They just called me
Oh,
yesterday.
May 18th. Okay, same
Yeah.
day, gotcha.
I don't think we'll do a pre-bid. If there's
No.
questions,
No.
they can just call me.
Yeah.
It's so straightforward that that's not, I don't think it's
And,
necessary.
You know, if the one contacted you and said he just saw it,
Yeah,
you know,
We don't have
Yeah.
to pay you to come up here for that.
no, exactly. Exactly. I agree. And you don't need to. Yeah. Okay.
okay?
All right.
So that handles that. You've got the dates right, Mel?
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
So let me ask you this question. In the bid package that we had now, we wanted it completed by the end of August. Do we push that a little bit?
Well, normally they could,
When do they
15th of
stop?
September. It's a temperature thing.
Yeah.
So we could push it at least till the
Month,
15th?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just to give them a little extra time. Okay.
Yeah, because once the temperature drops below a certain, then they're done.
Doesn't do any good, yeah.
Then we certainly don't want to do it twice.
No, not at all. You mean you only want one road, so. Okay. We'll get it done.
Okay.
Okay.
Have you heard anything back from your engineer?
I talked to them last week. They're getting some costs together. They would like to have a meeting with everybody kind of involved in the building and talk about, just have an initial kickoff with everybody involved in that.
And Dick, what is this on?
I just asked her if she'd heard anything on the engineering company that they talked to on the building.
Oh, on the building, okay.
Yeah. So we're talking with an architect that we work with quite a bit, and they're putting costs together. But yeah, they would like to sit down and they like to really understand, more than floor plan, just what you're looking
sure.
for, and
Sure.
make sure that. But I indicated that you would want to see some, their design fees before we move forward with that.
Right.
So.
Because if we can purchase the building
Yeah,
for X amount of dollars and then finish the inside, I think is probably as good of an approach as.
yes, yep. Yeah, so I talked to Scott Cromwell last week, I believe on Thursday. He had some questions, just trying to get a little bit better feel for the, the flow of the building, the purpose, where it's going and stuff like that. So
Sure.
They're moving forward. But I did send him that floor plan with some things laid out, so
Okay.
they had a better idea. Told them that you were looking at storage on the top floor. So,
Okay.
I don't know if we talked about it, but we want to go with, Joe was talking about floor heat.
radiant heat.
Radiant heat, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, through the whole building.
Okay. Good.
Okay. As far as the bids, we're reached a point where we'll rebid it. I guess we'll open for, you got any comments? Any public comments or?
Yeah, we have some. If I can get some time here. Our problem is we have some really bad road conditions up there where we live. And if you give me time here, I'd like to read this little letter that I put together for you.
Okay.
And then here's some pictures. And then we'll go ahead and pass it around here just so you guys can have an idea of what we're dealing with out there. This was our last snowstorm on April 21st. This was 3 days after the main storm that we had. And we started taking pictures and videos, and all this stuff is available to you if you guys would like to see it.
Shannon, where would this be located?
This is at, we're between 10th Road Northeast and 2nd Lane Northeast.
Second lane.
Yeah,
Just so when somebody reads this,
yeah.
Thank you.
So, just to show you some of the pictures here, let's see, that's the 21st, this is the 22nd, this is another road. We took pictures of there, and that road wasn't plowed. This was going to Great Falls when we were heading in. And then this is the 22nd again. This is 4 days after the storm. Still nothing was plowed out. We had kids to get to school. And here's the 23rd. This was 5 days after the storm, nothing still plowed. And then here's all the ruts in North Division Lane. And I think I had called you, Dick, and explained to you on the ruts on North Division Lane. This was March 17th, and we'll pass this around, but these are all the ruts that was in the county road, and they're still on the road. But I'll read this letter real quick that her and I kind of wrote up, but just so I can introduce myself to you guys, in case some of you don't know me. It says, hello, my name is Shannon Rammel. My wife's name is Jamie Rammel, right here. And we have 10 wonderful children together that live at 991 2nd Lane Northeast, Shodel. My wife lived at this residence for 9 years before we got happily married, and now we have been there for an additional 23 years. A total of 32 years. In the past 3 years, we have noticed the roads in Teton County deteriorating day to day. It was noticed that the roads were not being maintained. For an example, on North Division Lane in the late spring of 2022, deep ruts from the semi were evident, and still, as of April 27th, 2023, the ruts have not been graded in, which is a huge safety concern, and some of the pictures are, I'm showing you some of the pictures there. And every storm that these same deep ruts collect most of the rain and snow melt, which makes it hazardous year to year. These roads are taking a toll on my livelihood, because I run a logging business out of Lincoln, and we supply about 60 stores in the area for firewood bundles, and it's hard to get to them stores and to do our job when the county roads ain't being maintained. During our first storms of 2023, we ended up contacting Alan over here to see if we could get a grader to plow snow out there. But it always seemed to be a conflict of interest, arguing with us over the phone. This happened during many phone conversations to where we soon wanted to avoid mentioning the road issues with him. We could see where this could be as hard as well for other residents or even future employees wanting to get a job at the road department. Whenever we would contact him, we would get excuses why the roads could not be maintained. It seemed like it's turned into a babysitting job to get the county road department to do their job. Excuses were handed down to us from Alan and such, as the county doesn't have enough employees. The county doesn't have enough money in the budget. Or even saying the county has 1,500 miles of county road to maintain. If we can't get the roads plowed, we cannot get our 6 kids to the Shoal school bus safely, and we cannot get water hauled onto our residents or even to run our business. We have contacted all 3 Teton County Commissioners and voiced our concerns about these roads. And not once did we get a return phone call on these matters. But by the grace of God, they did deliver messages to Alan to send a grader operator out now and then. I have mentioned many times to Alan, and also to you, Dick, that leaving the deep snow on our roads only causes more hazardous conditions to the residents that live in these areas. There is so much snow not being plowed, it causes lots of water to be left on the roads, which in return causes the traffic to leave deep ruts in the county road, which is a huge safety concern. It could be very dangerous, especially to those people traveling down the roads in the dark. It was noticeable to us that Alan did not take our concerns seriously through a series of phone conversations. These county roads need to be built up to shed the water off of them. On March 17th, 2023, I was returning from Fairfield with my empty semi coming up North Division Lane, and I literally got stuck 4 different times on the county road due to the snow not being removed. There's some pictures right there, as you can see. The Ford Edge is parked next to the ruts, and you can see how deep the ruts are. And they're still in the road. Pictures, and that's when I called you, Dick, and explained to you that this road needs to probably be shut down or at least get graded in them ruts, because they're hazardous. Somebody's going to get killed. And so I was so concerned that someone would definitely get into a wreck by traveling on that same road. I had gone to the courthouse in Shodel to talk to someone that might listen. I ended up getting a hold of Dick's number from the clerk. I ended up contacting Dick that night and voiced my concern about the hazardous conditions of leaving the snow on the roads and having the deep ruts now visible in the roads. He said he was going to contact Alan about the issue, and still the ruts are left in the road. I'm truly surprised that no one has seriously been in a wreck or worse, being killed, as the roads are turning into 10-mile-an-hour roads and not, or less roads, and not the posted speed limit of 45. Another road that hasn't been maintained very well is 10th Road Northeast. The snow has been left on this road as well and creates a huge safety issue for our family that lives up here. The storms blow from every direction, and the road 99% of the time gets covered in with very deep snow. My wife's all-wheel vehicle will have her motor completely filled with snow multiple times trying to get the kids to the bus stop. She will clean the snow out several times under the hood just to be able to get to the bus stop and to be able to return home. After she drives her vehicle through the deep snow going to the school bus stop, by the time she returns home, it has already blown her tracks back in once again. This happens while she is waiting for days after the storm before the road is plowed, if plowed at all. Pictures available again down there. Another road that has been neglected many times is 2nd Lane Northeast Shodel. This road is the safest route for our kids to be able to get to the new school bus route, and is the best route for us to haul our 4,000-gallon water tanks up with the semi. I have plowed this road many times in the past to keep it open to be able to haul our water, since it does not have a steep hill to climb. I no longer feel comfortable plowing this road, as I was threatened by Alan over here a couple months ago that he was going to have the county attorney sue me if I kept plowing it. This road is only 2 miles long one way, the best economical way to get the kids to school. Alan seems to us he's hell-bent that we need to travel an additional 16 miles a day to get our kids to school. If the tables were turned, I wonder how he would feel in the same position. The road needs to be built up, as it is below the surrounding crop fields. It hasn't seen rock or gravel on the top surface probably since it was built. All we are asking is for someone to step up to the plate and plow the roads for safety concerns and for us to continue traveling for our family work business. Thank you. Let me speak.
Any other comments?
So I guess I could add to Shannon's comment is just looking for what I know it posts on the website what the priorities are of the roads, and we're just curious if we discussed, is it the priority of from the house to where the bus picks up? Is that still considered a bus route, or is the bus route from where the bus actually travels the road? Because the kids are still traveling that distance.
Wherever the bus travels.
And then with us traveling, we're still traveling on a county road. And so with the issues with the county road, we're just looking to see what kind of transparency, when we can expect when those roads, at what frequency they'll be plowed.
Well, I think in the conversation before the meeting started, Alan explained.
He did. And I was just putting it in there for public comment to go with what he says, what we're looking for in the TL Gap area.
Right.
Let me explain a little bit of it. I have had trouble, Shannon, with employees. This last snowstorm, I had nobody. A lot of stuff didn't get plowed, and I don't know what I can do about that. The top road was open, so sometimes it may be a situation where you have to use the top road, and I know it's more expensive. But I was telling Clifton, I did not know that they had changed the school bus route to pick up the bus until I talked, when did I talk to you? A month ago, 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago, yeah.
That they had changed that, because at school, or the bus drivers told me they weren't gonna change that until June or July 1. So I did not know that. I thought you were still going on 14th down to pick up your kids. I didn't know that you were taking them, that the bus had changed going up to 3rd and 4th.
So can I comment back? So
Talking to Clifton before, and this is something that I have to discuss with the commissioners, how we're gonna do this. But what I was explaining to him before the meeting was that the bus routes are first. So you're the only ones out there, I mean, not the only ones, you three, basically. So the bus route will get plowed, And what I'm gonna suggest that we do is, so we come in, we plow up to your place, back down. We go down and plow to Clifton and back down, and then we would have to go to Rambles. That would be or to, who's down the road? Rivers.
On 12.
Yeah, down 12 to 6 to their place and back. From your house to where the bus stops isn't the first responsibility. Ours is just the bus routes. But this is all changed this year for second. As far as, and did you before go down Second, Shannon, to take your kids down to 14th and 1st or 14th and whatever?
Yeah, and you know
What
that,
division?
because I was plowing it for the last 4 to 5 years or 6 years, and then you come up and told me I can't plow it, otherwise you in the county was gonna sue me.
Well,
So I stopped my plowing, but second lane, as you can see in these
it's
pictures,
horrible, and we've talked about that. And
we have no way to get out of this residence. 10th Road Northeast was plugged up for 6 days.
not
Second
this
lane,
time, not this time.
yes it is, look.
I drove it with my pickup.
Nobody drove that road, and we got videos to prove it all. We're the only ones to get in and out of there. Her vehicle frame on her Ford Edge was dragging down this road. Let's see the video.
I think what we need to do is just look at the concept of the whole deal. And if the school changed the bus routes, we have to try work with that
Right.
part of it.
Right.
There is a stipulation in the bylaws for the county that private citizens cannot plow the roads.
Right,
I mean, that's the law.
and we knew that,
Well,
but we had no other way
Yeah,
to get out because nobody would plow the roads.
we don't normally say much. Okay? Somebody has to get out, or if it's an emergency. I know Alan's been to several places that have been, health problems. They had to get the ambulance in, whatever. Some of the issues that we have is with having enough bodies on the road department. Right now, we're still one short on graders. We've advertised, we can pay so much. That's all the monies we have. And, I know that there's roads that need gravel. We finally have 2 big pits. Besides, Alan worked on the one that's
On
east
Ford.
of there
Lowry pit.
that everybody said was done, and he opened up some more and found some more gravel. I mean, all of this takes time. And, I mean, and everybody is concerned about their roads, but pretty much their own road. And we have like 1,500 miles of
Yeah, I've heard
road
that.
Yeah.
to take care of.
Well, like I said,
So-
this has been 23 years now, we've been fighting these same roads, 23 years. But it's getting worse, way worse.
And
So how much time do we
So-
need to build them up?
So, that takes a long time, but so, what's your suggestion, Shannon, for second lane? What do you think we should do there? Because that's a horrible road, the way it is now.
And that is and as I stated, that is a county road, as you can see by the
Yeah,
signs.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
county road, so it does need to be maintained. But that road hasn't been touched in 23 years that her and I have lived there. And there's other people that lived down the road before us, and that road has never had any gravel, no rock buildup. And if you go down that road, it's actually below the crop fields. And so it catches all the snow that comes blowing in.
and
So it needs to be built up.
that's not the only road in the county that's that way. We try to make the ability for all people to get out of their residence by roads, so that they're elevated. And it's not that we can do that with every location, but we've tried to to pull some of these roads and the ditches.
But I think now that everything is, pulling the roads up hasn't been a practice in the past before I came. And so I've started to do that. So I'm looking at your road now as a priority, both of them, 10th. And I even suggested it to Walmus that we need to raise that road 10th. And he said, oh, I don't think you need to raise it. I said, if we raised it, that road would blow clear most of the time.
Right.
You know, where the other one's not going to. I mean, that just needs a lot of work. So I had to sit down with these guys and say, okay, what do we want to do? To do anything more on that corner isn't going to change anything for us. The only thing I think that to make that better is to go down off the hill and take that hill down. And I don't know whose land that is.
Heidi Cooper, Dan Heidi Cooper.
Oh, it's Heidi Cooper?
Yeah,
I can handle him.
yeah. But,
That's,
So can
and I suggested that to you
right,
one time when we talked, right, Shannon? And I'm sorry we haven't got things done, and it's my fault.
well,
I'll take the blame.
it's just discouraging, you know,
Yeah.
6 days into it, and the roads, we have no way to get in and out. And you can see that nobody's been up there. This is April
That's
22nd.
12. That's second.
This was 4 days, yep, there's 2nd there and 10th here. This is 4 days after the snowstorm, and nobody has come down these roads. So there's the proof right there, if anybody wants to see the pictures again.
So to move forward, I would like to make a suggestion from a resident in the area too, is that given the commissioners and road department time to think, requesting that this be added to the next meeting agenda, that gives you guys time to come up with an idea of what we can do to address this of raising the road.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
It might take us a little more
Yeah,
time
I
than
don't-
that.
I don't know if we
Yes.
can do it in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I
But-
mean,
I will say personally that I will work on it and, you know, to get something done.
but there's culverts.
There's tons there. I
There's
mean,
a lot
we-
of,
And I'm not gonna make any excuses, but there is tons and tons of stuff. This year was a horrible year for us right now. I mean, culverts, bad roads, soft spots.
yeah, we
Just
found
crazy.
more soft spots.
Well, we haven't bladed anything. Because every time I blade something, we get this. And then it's worse after we blade it. And yes, we do. I came up division yesterday. And we'll be out there, if we don't get any more moisture, we'll be out there Monday and fix that. I had the guys on another road we had to fix.
Because I just had some other neighbors I was talking to down there at the coffee shop in Fairfield, and they're like,
Well, that's-
we can't even get our semis up that road.
That's a bad place.
So it's just, and every time I gotta come up that road, and it's just not a simple road to go up. When you're loaded with a load of logs, we have to put chains on all 8 tires just to get into the residence. It's that bad.
It's
And,
has really deteriorated over the last couple of years.
yeah, last
Horribly.
3 years, it's got pretty bad.
It needs gravel, and that's one of my priority gravel spots, is to build that road up and gravel it, so. And we'll be coming out of the Lowry pit up there where we did 7th.
If we can get that second lane somehow built up so it's not, you know, a foot below the fields.
Yeah, and that one we can't guarantee, because,
And that's where the school bus route is down there 2 miles from the house.
Yeah.
Because right now we're additionally traveling, she's traveling additionally 14 miles out of her way every day just to get to the school bus route. To a different school bus route, which is out of the way,
Yeah,
down on the Dutton Highway.
to the Dutton Highway?
Yeah, she's gotta go all the way to
Yeah.
the Dutton Highway.
Yeah, that's where you used to take them before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
until they made everything into a new school bus route.
Yeah.
With all the people moving in.
And see, like I said, I was told that wasn't gonna be changed until the fiscal year. And until I talked to Clifton, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so,
Well, you and I have had discussions over the phone though,
yeah.
way before this.
Yeah, but,
That it was
but
gonna
I was,
change.
it was going to change,
Yeah.
but it wasn't told that it was changed in January. So,
Okay,
and he has to go by what the school's telling him,
right.
so. Any other comments or whatever? If not,
We'll work on it.
we
Okay,
will
thank you.
I will.
adjourn the meeting. And you will take care of,
We're missing a commissioner. Would you mind if I made copies of all of your documents with the pictures? I'll bring them. back.
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Ran out of pen and paper.